Hello, you guys, and I just wanted to start this series here on TikTok and as well as my new YouTube channel, which is being Abbie Dagrin. And I'm basically going to do Abbilations, so things that I just, when I sit down and I just think about certain topics, I just talk about it. And today is Abbilations 1.1. So this is just something that, when I just think about stuff, I'm in my own little world, in my own little head, and I'm just thinking about things. So first things first, I'm doing okay, you guys. I just wanted to update my life, especially with these Abbilations as well, because I just want to let you guys know how I'm doing. So yeah, life has been good. I have been working on Gaia Beauty, so that's something that I've been doing lately. So first things first, we're doing the cosmetics. And then later on, we're going to do other special things. So just make sure you're always ready for new developments on Gaia Beauty. And yeah, I also am starting different projects. So I just finished starting cooking with Abbie Dagrin, and that's something that I've been doing lately. So on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, you will be able to see them. Just type in cooking with Abbie Dagrin and you'll be able to see the different dishes I cook, and you'll be able to cook with me as well. Also, I've been working with astrology with Abbie Dagrin as well, so I've been posting on my Facebook as well as my Instagram. I do need to start posting on TikTok as well with that. But yeah, that's in regards to my professional life. My personal life has been good, you guys. I've been putting myself first and doing what I really want to do in life, and I just feel so much better. So today's topic on Abbilations 1.1 would be putting yourself first, being yourself. So putting yourself is something that's very important, and at times I do see that sometimes we can be termed as being selfish by putting ourselves first, and it's usually by people who want to use you or take advantage of you. So what I've learned is that making sure that I'm okay financially, physically, mentally is something that I'm entitled to, and you guys all are entitled to that. And please don't let anyone make you feel guilty, or even yourself, because sometimes we can feel guilty for not taking care of ourselves, and you're like, oh my goodness, I should not be just taking care of myself, just basic needs. So what you want to do in life, your aspirations in life, because that's very important, Yeah, just know that it's okay for you to put yourself first and make sure that you are okay. Because if you don't take care of yourself, then who will, That's something that you always have to think of. And if you're a caretaker, or if you're a parent, or if you're a child, or anyone who's a family member or parental figure, or anyone in society, you just have to realize or think to yourself, wow, I'm so giving and I'm just so loving and I want to help others. However, if I'm not helping myself, how can I truly help others? How can I truly be the person that I'm supposed to be? Or how can I really help others? Because after a while, you may no longer be here because you're not really taking care of yourself. And that's something that I've had to reflect upon. And that's something that I've had to help certain friends and family members realize, that it's okay to put yourself first. Don't let anyone guilt you, whether it's a book, a person in authority, or anyone tell you or make you think as though it's terrible for you to put yourself first. Because more than likely, a lot of those people who tell you don't put yourself first, by you not putting yourself first, they're kind of putting themselves first. Because let me give you an example. If somebody asks you, and you can take this in any term, anyway, for money, thousands of dollars, and you don't have it, are you a bad person because you're putting yourself first and say, I don't have it, I can't give it to you? And these people are like, oh, if you do good, or if you give me this money, then you will be blessed. So while they're using that manipulation tactic against you, in order for them to feel okay, in order for them, they're putting themselves first by them asking you for stuff, asking you for money, thousands of dollars. And I've been seeing this on social media, people asking people for thousands of dollars out of their paycheck or money out of a percentage of their paycheck. And they're like, oh, well, if you do it, you'll be blessed and stuff. No, like, that's not you putting yourself first, my dear. If you know you can't afford to do that, don't let anyone guilt you into doing something. Also, another thing that I realized is a lot of people love to guilt people into free labor as well. So be like, oh, if you do this for free, then you will be blessed. But there are people out here who have the money to take care of people or the money to make sure everyone's okay, but they want you to work for free in order for you to be blessed. In a way, is making people do things that they don't want to do. And you guys know these are examples. These are simply examples. And I'm just thinking about it because I do have a lot of friends. I do have a lot of family members. At the moment, they're being pressured to do something. And I'm like, you know what, dear? It's okay. Like, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. You're not a bad person if you don't want to do this, because that's part of you putting yourself first. Sometimes this person will work very hard hours and then other people will require them to do stuff, and it's like, no, my dear. And the person would feel so guilty, like, you know what, like, I should be doing this because I'm supposed to be a good person. But also, being a good person is taking care of yourself too. You can be a good person and put yourself first. And also make sure that you're taking care of yourself and always doing what you want to do, because I know a lot of people in life, they do have a lot of regrets in regards to a lot of the decisions they made in life because of what other people said or what other people would do for them or do to them. It's something that they wanted to make other people happy instead of themselves. And in the long run, they were very not happy with their lives or with themselves, because when they really thought about it, they just said, you know what, I'm just doing everything to help everyone else, and I'm just doing things to make sure everyone else is happy. What about me? Or against the line, when they were trying to be loyal to somebody, an organization, an association, a government, or anything, they were trying to be loyal just for those people to really betray them. And then when they sat there, they're like, wow, I was so loyal to you just for you to betray me like that. And then you really start to think about, wow, like, I did this, that, and the other for this person so I can be termed as loyal, so I can be happy or make them happy instead of myself. And now that they betrayed me, you start to think to yourself, wow, like, I did all of this just for them to betray me. And you start to think to yourself, like, I could have done this, that, and the other that I truly wanted to do, but I didn't do it because of you, and I've been betrayed. So what we need to do is make sure that we do anything that you do in life, you do it for you, because you want to do it. Because when you are tested in regards to relationships or loyalties, you don't want to regret anything that you do in life. So even if the person does betray you, you did it because you wanted to do it, not because they forced you to or you felt obligated to doing it. And this is something that I've had to learn, not really directly, because there's a lot of situations that have happened in my life, and it wasn't even directly towards me. It was towards other people who I knew or who I love or who I'm close to. And I'm the type of person, I try my best to learn from other people's experiences so I don't really have to go through it. And I kind of have the blueprint, because I'm the type of person, if I see something happen 15 times in front of me, I don't think I'm the exception. I'm not the exception to the rule. So I'm like, you know what? This person has done this, or this person has done that. This person went through the same thing and they ended up like this. This person went through the same thing and they ended up like this. So after after a while, I'm like, you know what? This is highly probable that that's going to happen to me. And I've seen a lot of people, and they're lovely people. They're very lovely people. However, they grew up in maybe an environment where they were the ones taking care of everyone, and that was their role, to take care of others. So taking care of themselves was something that they felt guilty for doing. So anytime someone would tell them to do something for them, they would automatically do it, even if they didn't want to, but they just felt as though they were obligated to do it. And when it was time for them to just do things for themselves, to do things that they loved, they didn't know what they loved, or they didn't know what they wanted, because they've always held their identity towards other people instead of themselves. They weren't themselves in a way that they didn't choose that life, but that life kind of chose them. So now that they're older, they're trying to reprogram themselves and make better decisions, and it's working out better for them. And there are some people who do have this life, and they do feel guilty just doing nice things for themselves. And I'm just here to let you guys know, just do everything for yourself. You deserve it. You are lovely. You are a human being. You were put on this earth to have a lovely time. Be the best person you can be. Be as honest as you can be in society. Be loving. And just be yourself. Do what you want to do in regards to great decisions. Because when people leave this earth, they don't leave this earth with things that they like. They leave it with regrets. They leave it like, you know what? I wish I would have done that. I wish I would have never listened to what this person had to say. Even if the person gave good advice, maybe the advice wasn't the best for that person. And being yourself and just loving yourself and doing what you want to do is something that's very satisfying. For example, if you want to go into school, go into school. If you want to have children, have children. If you don't want to have children, don't have them. Not having children, it's okay. If you want to get married, you should get married. If you don't want to get married, you don't have to. If you want to be in a relationship, you don't have to. If you want to be in a relationship, do so. Do what you want to do in this life. That's good, and that can help your life. You don't want to make bad decisions. But we all do live and learn. So if you do make a bad decision, you learn from your mistake. However, just try your best. If you see other people around you making a mistake, just try your best not to be the trial as well. Just try your best to live by their mistakes and learn from their mistakes and be like, you know what? I am blessed to see something happen in front of me, so I'm not going to have to go through it. So let me just take their example, just move on with my life. But yeah, being yourself, doing what you want to do, just know you're not selfish. Know you're not a bad person. Don't let people make you feel as though you are that, because maybe for them, that may be who they are, but sometimes there's some situations that you are pressured into doing stuff that you don't want to do, or you're forced, or people make you feel guilty for not doing something that they perceive as good. But for you, you just don't want to do it. You don't feel comfortable doing it, and it's okay. Not everyone's going to feel comfortable doing something that you may feel comfortable doing. That's why we're all different. We're all different human beings, and we're able to just be who we are and just learn so much about different people, different cultures, and just being yourself. Just be who you want to be, and don't let any type of judgment or any type of situation make you feel as though you're not the worst person in the world. Just know that anything that you do in life, especially if it's for the greater good, you're not a bad person. And that's something that I've had to deal with, and a lot of people who I know, they've had to deal with that too, because maybe they were stuck with a belief that this was right and this is wrong, but the things that are termed wrong aren't really wrong if you really think about it. So just make sure try your best to be a great human being to other people. Be creative, be yourself. We're all put on this earth for a reason, and try your best to find that reason. And just try your best. If you haven't found the reason, just be okay with finding the reason. And knowing that everything that happens in this life is something that you can learn from, and something that you'll be able in a few years later to look at it and be like, you know what, that was cool. Even though I made that mistake, at least I have a mistake to talk about, that's all I had for you lovelies. I hope you guys learned something from this and that you got a better understanding about yourself and being confident in yourself.